Hello and welcome back to another video. I am Deus, and every Monday I'll be sharing the markets I'm watching for the week, the key levels on my charts, and the ideas I'm currently following based on my trading plan. And they are not trading signals or financial advice. They are simply my personal analysis and how I approach the markets. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first pair on my watch list for this week is the Euro USD. Yeah, so from last week I had the setup, same pattern that I always follow. We had a sweep from this point, although the origin started from this point, right? We had a sweep from this point, a break of structure, right? But then I wouldn't have gotten advantage, I wouldn't have taken advantage of this move. Why? Because I don't see any reason why price would want to come back into that point. So coming into the setup that I saw for last week, we had the same pattern: a sweep, a break of structure, an FVG aligning up with the 71%, right here. But then look at what price did. Price didn't tap into our entry. Price just dropped, and this was the effect of CPF NFP, I think, from last week. Right, so look, coming into this week now, what I can clearly see here is a sweep of these highs. Look at these three equal highs right here. Price came above it, took it out, right? That becomes a sweep of liquidity. Then we came and broke structure down here, right, with an huge momentum. Right, notice how I only captured from these swing points, right, to this low. So there's still tendency price might still want to come down a little bit before the pullback. That is why I'm not setting my entry, right? That's why I'm not setting my entry. There might still be a little bit of drop before price begins the reversal. Alright, so at this point you might be wondering why I placed my I placed it at this swing point, right? I placed it there simply because I didn't see any other reason or any reason why price might want to come back into this level, right? According to other block traders, this is another block right here, and definitely it has been mitigated by this guy right here. Right, we have another block around this point, right? Price also has mitigated it as well, right? So I don't use all of that, but then I do not see any reason price might want to come back into this level. But looking at this point right here, we clearly have another block right here. We have FVG right here. I don't use other blocks, I don't use breaker blocks, I don't use any of that, right? I don't use any of those speedy array whatever. But then what I can see is my FVG lining up with the 71% right here, which makes it an 100% ideal setup, right? And based on my setup, based on this setup, I want to see the daily time frame either giving us preparing a pullback right into the 50% of a range, right, on the daily time frame. This is how I want to see it. Or I want to see price coming from the 50% level and ready to continue the trend upwards, right? So with that being said, just like this, so with that being said, let's dive into the daily time frame to see what we have there and why I validated this setup as an A plus setup. Now coming into the daily, just like I said, right, just like I said I want to see price coming from the 50% level or reversing back into the 50% level, and clearly what we can see here based on recent price action, what I can obviously see here is that I can see that we have this swing high to this swing low, right? Not only that we have that swing high to the swing low, we broke structure on the left hand side right here, right? Price broke structure at the left hand side right there, right? It's something that, okay, we broke structure right here, right? And obviously what can we see? We can see price playing from the 50% level of that swing point. What else can I see? I can see that we have pockets of liquidity in that range, right? Price has successfully filled it up, right? And you can clearly see that at this other end we don't have any reason for price coming back to that level. That is the main reason why I dragged it from this point to this point, right? So with that as aside, we can now satisfy that yes, this setup is an A plus setup. We will just have to be wait for price to tag us along with this setup until we take this low out. Now going into my next pair, the next pair that I'm looking at, it's the GBPAUD. And what can I see from this point of view, right? What can I see from this, right? So what I obviously saw is that previously I saw a break of structure at this point, a break at this point, right? A sweep, right, of this liquidity right here, and the break of structure, right? FVG, right? But I didn't take advantage of it. Why? Because based on the daily time frame, we were not aligning, right? We were not aligning based on the daily time frame. But right now what I can see is that I can see a sweep from this point, right, and a full body break at this level, right? Now what my expectation is that I want to see price pulling back and then tag us along and then continue, but we cannot determine that. Why? Because price is only going to print out information based on itself, right? What we do here is just take advantage of the numerous patterns that has been presented to us, right? But then what I would love to see that will make me know that for a certain this setup is 100% ideal, I would like to see price come and break this high right here. I would love to see price break this entire high right here, right? But then with this, I'm still satisfied that this setup is 100% is ideal, right? But then look at where our FVG is at. It's not at the 71%, but that doesn't stop me from taking the setup as long as we have FVG. Now looking at my final confluence, my final reason for validating this setup, looking at it now, what do I see right here? I can see that price previously broke this structure, right? And we are currently playing from where? From the discount level into the premium level. But then there is something that is going to disqualify me from taking this setup, is if price expands, right? If price expands into this 50% range, right, before now pulling back, excuse me, that is the only thing that is going to disqualify me from taking this setup. So till then we wait, right? So lastly, I have US 30 here, although this is still coming together, but I can clearly see that we have something going on here. I can clearly see that I have a sweep at this point. Can clearly see price sweep this level, and then we haven't fully broken structure yet at this low. All right, so I would like to see price do this, break not only this structure but this structure as well, right, before I would start looking for an entry to trade, right? So I would be watching this guy. For the meantime, but for this, as soon as price comes in, I would also wait for a pullback, right? An impulsive pullback, or just a pullback before setting my entry parameters. So yeah, those are the 3 pairs that I'm watching for the week, and currently I'm in 2 setups. They both activated last week, but I'm still holding them. This one activated around on Wednesday, 3rd of June, right? And then this was like the effect of NFP news that came in on Friday, right? The reason why I am still certain about the setup is that based on the daily, what I can obviously see is that price was playing from a level of premium level to discount level, and we haven't fully delivered price to this level yet. That is why I'm still holding my positions on this setup. Yeah, so that's why I'm still holding my positions on this GBP NZD. And then for the NZD card, it's similar. I know I said something that I don't trade pairs with the same base currency or quote currency. But then while I was back testing, while I was studying, while I was going through previous pairs that I previously analyzed, I discovered that I tend to kind of miss out on some setups. For example, while I was taking this setup and this setup, right, I was still using that methodology. Then I spotted these same setups, right, the same time these two were playing out. If I had taken advantage of this one and this one as well, who knows, I might have passed my step 1 evaluation account by now. But then I stuck to only taking these two. Right, I stuck to only taking these two, which made me take some other setups that I shouldn't have taken, and they brought me down in drawdown. right? But that is not what we are doing in this video. I'll be explaining that in other videos, right? So back to our discussion. I have decided to change that. I have decided to work on that. So I'll be, whatever setups I see that is an A plus setup, I'll take advantage of them regardless of their outcome, right? So what is still convincing me about this setup is that based on the daily time frame as well, we are still moving from the discount up into the premium, and price hasn't fully broken this high yet. Instead, what did price do? Price gave us an equal high, which is liquidity, which is definitely going to attract price, right? So there's all likeliness that we might hit TP on here, and if it goes the other way, there's always going to be something to learn, right? So if you are new here, subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping videos like this every Monday. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video.
Wheels rolling fast down a lonely road. Thought I heard a chime, but nothing showed. Screen dark as night.